they're saying we'll need somebody to lean on. Hey, welcome to my channel. My name is Emmie from Emmie Evolving. If this is your first time joining me, thank you for finding me. This is not your first time. Thank you for coming back. So, we Pisces. There's some stuff going on. So let me stop. Hold on. Whew. Let me stop riling myself up. I pulled a ton of cards already. Before I started pulling cards, I was told that this really, whatever this is, it's going to give both of you so much clarity. You're going to be able to see very, very clearly whatever it is you're needing to see. Because let's face it, oftentimes Pisces has this way of like really overloading yourself with these things that you tell yourself. It doesn't even really have to be true. I'm a Pisces too, and I do have a habit of, instead of having actual conversation with the individual, I have conversations with myself like, oh my God, you know what they meant, right? You know what they meant when they said that, right? You know what's really going on, that since they're not saying anything, you know what this is about. We don't know. We don't know what it's about, but we were very, very good at making up our own stories in our head. Okay. So that's about to be squashed right now. So here, card number 18, spirals of manifestation. Ooh. So here it is. First, it comes from you. Okay. This comes from you and your either lack of willingness to discuss things with specific people, or your assumption that a discussion is not something that's possible. I don't know if it's something that's not possible. It's definitely something that's not going to happen if you continue to stay in this place of like self-sabotage, um ignoring your needs. Just it's a really quiet, very, very lonely place. And it's time for us to know with certainty that when we anchor ourselves into that place, nothing but additional amplified loneliness and sadness come from that. So it's really about what you want. Do you want to move forward from it, whatever it is, or do you want to continue that? If you're going to choose to continue that, then it is going to continue for sure. 100% of the time, it will continue for sure. But if you want to move forward from that, there's so many other options that you can choose in regards to how you're going to address whatever it is that needs to be addressed. So, card number 4, believe. As of right now, the feeling that I get is, in one way or another, Pisces has really diminished themselves. We have really, really gone out of our way to make ourselves feel even smaller and even less accepted, less, just less in every way, shape, or form. Less. That's not going to be allowed to continue much longer. Okay. You have allowed yourself to burn for so long, there's not really much left to burn. And that's okay, because as they say, the phoenix rises from its own ashes. Okay. You're going to be rising from your own ashes. Ooh. I was going to say the Pisces rises from their own ashes. We're like water phoenix. Even in all our watery goodness, we somehow manage to burn ourselves. I mean, how powerful do you have to be able to do that? To be existing within water and still burn yourself. That takes a lot of skill, I must say. Card number 36th house, routine. I think all of this like um self-sabotage and just self-loathing, like we tend to blame ourselves for everything. Um I think that's become a routine for us. I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I'm kind of feeling like there's space to create a new routine, a different routine. So let's see. Card number 30. All right. Card number 30, sixth house routine. The body is a sacred garment. You must change your usual way of looking at things. Mhm. The sixth house is all about duty, responsibility, and gainful employment. It shows how hard you work, how organized you are, how much you worry, and what you do on a daily 9 to 5 basis. This is why it's also looked upon as a house of the job. Ooh, oh my God. So, it's always going to be some shit talking when my fingers take on the ballerina shit stirrer. Yeah, we're being called out. It is not our job to be the whipping girl or boy. It is not our job to be the scapegoat. It is not our job to be the martyr. It is not our job, not our job, not our job. Stop volunteering yourself for the bullshit positions. I'm just saying. Boundaries, not just boundaries for other people, boundaries within yourself, because we have become so accustomed. Yeah, no, we become so accustomed at violating our own boundaries that we need to put ourselves in fucking fences, okay? Fence yourself off. Fence things off, not necessarily because other people are violating your boundaries at this point. I think we're getting to a point where we have to recognize we are the root causation of that lack of boundaries. Okay? I, I can say with 100% truth and honesty that oftentimes I will volunteer myself for things I know I shouldn't be volunteering myself for. And the individual I'm volunteering myself to assist is like, no, that's too much. No, you don't have to. And I'm like, no, it's okay. I'm a Pisces. This is my normal. It's okay. Is it okay? I know for me, when I do that for other people, and I've learned to do that for only a select people, select few. Um, to me, I don't later like, I can't believe they allowed me to. I can't believe they took it. No, no, that's not how I feel at this point. Before, that's how I used to feel, but now it's like I'm growing beyond that and recognizing, why did I do that to myself? I mean, even they were like, "That's too much. That's too much. Don't do that. That's too much." And I was the one that shoved it down their throat. How's my fingers taste? Shoving things down people's throats. We have to stop doing that. And it's a process. You're not just going to be like, oh, I heard in a reading that I have to stop doing this. Um, and so I'm going to stop doing this. No, it's going to be a process of realization, what you're participating in, um, all this stuff. Okay. Javi, yes, for both of you, Pisces has multiple personalities. Pick one. Pick them. Pick which ones. Which ones these are a message for. So, when this card comes up in a reading, an important thing to consider is your state of health. Ooh, how healthy are you emotionally? How healthy is your sense of worth, your sense of self respect? How healthy are your connections with other people? Because it's seeming like, um, right now, those connections that are toxic, the connections we have with other people that are toxic, um, I think those are being allowed to wither away. Because I think pretty much everyone at this point, yes, varying degrees, but I think it's safe to say that pretty much everyone at this point is experiencing varying degrees of depletion: financial depletion, mental depletion, energetic depletion, emotional depletion, like depletion in all its different forms in varying degrees. And I think what we need to recognize right now is we have to allow those toxic connections to just completely wither away and drop away. Okay. Stop trying to hold on to things that are very toxic, because I think holding on to those things are very that keep us connected to toxic ways of being. Ooh, I'm being encouraged to share this with you. I have a very healthy block button. It just doesn't even hesitate. Just see, it's a very healthy block button. Just click that block button. And there will be people who will try and convince you, oh my God, it's so childish to block people. Oh my gosh, how are you going to grow if you keep cutting off people just because they disagree with you? Well, let's get this clear first. We're not blocking off people who disagree with us. We're blocking off people who have no problem inviting us to places of toxicity that we have already left. Ha, ha. Okay. If whoever it is a person who has no problem inviting you back to a place of toxicity that you have already walked away from, keep walking, block them out, block them. There is nothing advanced, nothing evolved, nothing spiritual about you continuing to allow yourself to participate in shit that you know you shouldn't participate in. Case in point, I know that certain types of interactions, I cannot help myself. I will 100% of the time turn into a wicked as fuck banshee. You're not bringing me back there, boo. And it's not that, well, Emmy, let them be in your life so that you can practice. No, I already learned what I need to know. When you take me to that particular place, I become a wicked as fuck banshee. I don't want to be a banshee. I'm not getting in that car so you can drive me down there. Fuck that shit. You not my Uber ride. just, just push them. I'm sorry. Okay, we just gonna leave that. We leave that alone. Okay. Whew. Card number 12, Hex. Be still and allow the enemy to reveal themselves. Mm. Many of us have this assumption the enemy is outside of us. Let that sink in. Many of us have this assumption that the enemy is outside of us. I don't know about y'all. I'm very much marinated in that Piscean energy. It's just all over me. My enemy is within me. And depending on how well I have done at avoiding the recognition of this internal enemy, sometimes my soul will bring to me the very people who are outward projections of that internal circumstance. Let that sink in. It's not uncommon for Pisces gang to be like, oh my God, I get victimized at work. Every single job I've had. I don't know, I'm talking like that. Uh, I'm a Pisces. I don't talk like that. I'm like these motherfuckers. So, it's not uncommon for Pisceans to feel this way. Maybe they don't verbalize it, but it's not uncommon for a Piscean to feel like, oh my gosh, every single group or every single job that I've been a part of or worked for, I've been, I've been bullied or I've been. Is it really the people or are they picking up on some sort of energy um, that's coming from within you that you need to still address? And this is not about, oh, it's your fault you're being bullied. No, this is about, wait a minute, is there something that I need to adjust within myself? Is this like being brought to me just so I can kind of question and come to terms with certain things within myself that I need to adjust? And in no way am I saying that um, it's your fault you're being bullied, that's what you deserve, that's what you get. No, the blame thing, that's toss it out. Okay. Now we have to begin looking, is this something that is being reflected outside of me? It's not about what you deserve. This is about recognition of things within you. Okay. So it might be time for you to quiet yourself, quiet this belief that it's everyone else. And let's be honest, it's not just Pisces that does this. Okay, it's not. Every single zodiac sign does this. There will be a select group within that sign that does this. And I mean, it's not that you're a bad person, it's that maybe you need to begin looking within yourself to see what your soul is trying to get you to pay attention to. Again, has nothing to do with blaming. Nothing to do with blaming. Oh, card number 27. Release. Ooh. Mm. Mm, mm, mm. Ooh. Just let go. Let go. The very things that you're holding on to. They can't sustain the position you've put yourself in. Ooh, look at that. Whatever you're holding on to, it can't sustain your level of growth at this point. Let go and free fall back into your greatness. There's no need for blaming. There's no need for identifying who was right, who was wrong. All that you need to do right now is allow space to be created within your consciousness so you can begin processing the events of your life. Now is the perfect time to do that. It's the perfect time to do that. If you're not willing or able to do it now, do it later. There's never a wrong time for you to begin this process. And really, the only one that can determine when is the right time is you. People can say anything they want, whatever it is they want to say about how you're not spiritualing right, you're not religiousing right, you're not socialing right. That's based on their expectation of what they want or need from you in that moment. You know what it is you need to focus on about yourself, about your journey, what you have to allow yourself to process, what conclusions you have to allow yourself to naturally arrive at about your life, about your circumstance, about your connections with other people. Now is the time to really become honest with yourself. Not because someone else told you this is what it is, but because this is what you know it to be for yourself at this point. And just know, whatever it is you know it to be for yourself at this point, there's always room to shift that, either to shift it into a more positive, empowering place, or to shift it into a more difficult, more challenging, more disempowering place. But even that serves you because after a period of time, that struggle, you'll stop choosing it. And after you stop choosing that elevated struggle, you will recognize you are much more powerful than you ever thought you are. No matter what, everything in your life serves you. Okay. So, card number 52, Sea Witch. You have to get rid of the Sea Witch. Okay. That was catty of me. 133, 34, 86, 307. That was so catty of me. Meow, bitches. So, card number 52, Sea Witch. It's this feeling that there is something negative that has been watching for some time now, been trying to recruit other things to kind of distract, detract, derail, all of these D words. Yeah, that's dickish energy because it starts with a D for a reason. So don't allow yourself to be sucked into that. Don't allow it to get close enough to use its tentacles to subdue your intuition. Don't. Just don't. It's okay for you to feel afraid. It's okay for you to feel as though I might not be able to get through this. I might be facing something that's so unnecessarily, ridiculously painful and full of struggle. That's okay. That's okay. You're not here for a perfect life the way society describes perfect, the way you're taught perfect should be. You're here for a real experience, a real life, real growth, real connections. Okay. Oh, sorry. I just heard sangrial. Ooh, here we go. Card number 41, bring it into form. Something is walking towards you. Something or someone is giving me palpitations. Something is walking towards you right now. It might be a circumstance, it might be a connection. I don't know what it is, but it's something that is triggering high levels of growth. Okay. Very, very high levels of growth. It involves complexity, complex movement, complex types of coordinated effort. I mean, they say the knee is the most complex joint in your body. Okay. It takes quite a few muscles and quite a bit of coordination to create movement within the knee. We're going to bring something into form, and it's going to be something that's complex. Not too sure. Not too sure. It's like a secondary message that's overlaid. I can't get a feel for what the actual message is. I don't know if this is just a personal message for me, or if it's a message that needs to be shared with all of you. I'm assuming it's just personal for me, or else I would have known exactly what the message is. I can feel it though. It's right beyond what I can very clearly see. I don't know what it is. It's someone watching? Right. It's someone watching. Card number 20. Limitless. You are limitless. You're absolutely limitless. The only limits that exist are the ones you subscribe to, the ones you believe in and take in as your truth. Those are the only limits that exist. The only. That's the only. Okay. Like, I remember being I remember being 18 and being told that it's too hard to learn how to drive stick, and that girls should not be driving a manual transmission, just stick to automatic and blah blah blah. And that's not a limit I believe in. So I lied. I hope my brother doesn't watch this. I lied to him. I was 18 and I said I needed to borrow his car, which is a stick shift, because I needed to go to an appointment. And I took his car and I drove it from Oakland to Sacramento all by myself, and I taught myself how to drive stick. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Card number 2, moon, soul. Whew. So, the moon is the aspects of yourself that you keep so hidden from everybody. Okay. These are quite possibly the most powerful parts of you. But because of, childhood, young adulthood, the programming we received in those times, many of us are so ashamed of these aspects of ourselves. Hold on. There's something that's going to be coming to light. Card number 2, moon, soul. All things that come to the soul from its roots. Oh, all things must come to the soul from its roots, from where it's planted. This card is all about mystery, feeling, and hidden messages. It governs intuition and self protection. All right. It shows the intimate side of who we are. The moon represents what is felt instinctively and what is at the core of our emotions. This is a time for you to allow yourself to shine. This card indicates fluctuations in your life. This is the side we keep concealed. You may be having trouble controlling your emotions. Um, it might be that you're picking up on everyone else's, your environment's emotions, and it's hard for you to, discern between what's yours and what's not. That's okay. After a period of time of working on discernment, you'll eventually be able to do that. You'll eventually be able to know exactly what's yours and what isn't. So all is not as it seems because something is being obscured. You may feel you've lost your direction or that you don't have all of the information to go forward. Okay. So someone's emotional clinginess may be an issue. Um, I don't think the clinginess has to do with you. I think it's someone that's trying to connect with you that's having an issue with clinginess. Not necessarily, well, okay, twofold clinginess. They're feeling kind of clingy to you and your energy, but they might not have come forward yet. And then they have another individual that's being very clingy with them, which is causing delays in their, um, I guess, plans to come forward. I don't, I think that's what, I think that's kind of what the feeling I'm getting is. Um, yeah, so with the moon card, deception is possible. Things are cloudy right now. Someone from your past is about to re enter your life. So that's what it is then. That's what it is. Whoever this is that's being referenced, someone from your past, it might not be an ex. It might be someone from a past life connection. Um, let's be honest. I don't know because the energies are so fucked off lately. It's just one big clusterfuck happening in the world right now. The energy is just one big clusterfuck. Let's be honest. I don't know who it is. It could be someone from a previous connection, someone from a previous relationship, someone from a previous life. It's really, it's a, ooh, mm, it's a limitless connection. What? I'm just saying. Card number 14, let love grow. It's time for you to let go of the things that have wilted, have withered, and just are no longer existent. You can't keep holding on to things just because you don't know what else to hold on to. It is okay for you to recognize silently within yourself that you are afraid to be free floating. That's okay. You don't got to put up that front here. You can be honest with yourself. If you haven't let go of things that have happened in the past, not necessarily longing for it, but you can't let go of the anger because of what went down, how it went down, who was involved, who wasn't involved, whatever it is, it's okay for you to admit to yourself. You don't even have to put in the comments. Just admit to yourself if you're having a hard time letting that go because you don't know what you're going to hold on to without that present. And many of us experience this. It's hard for us to move on in connections with other people because we haven't let go of our connection with someone else. And the connections with new people is more scary than continuing to relive the toxicity and the pain of that connection from before. Many of us do this. It's a very common thing. You don't have to beat yourself up and you don't have to, you definitely should not force yourself to continue that. Okay. Card number 26, surrender. It's time for you to surrender to your own process. Now is the time to let go of this need to live and grow by numbers. You cannot do spirituality by numbers. You can definitely try. You can put a very committed, valiant effort into doing spirituality by numbers. And then when you're done wasting your time, you can definitely let that go and allow yourself to just flow. And some people might be like, that is so disrespectful. It's the truth. When you do your spiritual journey based on numbers because some guru or some spiritual coach or some, whatever it is you want to call it, someone outside of you is telling you this is how you're supposed to do it. You're supposed to start here in X amount of days. You're supposed to get here and then here and then here. And then you have to do this and you have to say that and you have to, that's their journey. That's not your journey. That is their journey. And once you're done, pretending that your journey is their journey, you can get to your real journey. And that can go as fast or as slowly as you want to need. That's based on you. The details of that is based on what your soul decided for you. And no one knows those details but you. There might be some people who you come across who can give you some sort of idea a better understanding of what your soul is already telling you. But no one really truly knows the details of that journey but you. So stop putting other people in charge of your life, of your growth. Just allow yourself to start growing. Okay. Card number 51, to the moon and back. Ooh. So I get this card and it tells me that we have traveled to our dark, hidden spaces where much of our power and our truth is hidden, and we've left it again. We've left it again. We've allowed ourselves to be depleted again. And that's okay. That's okay. You can't always be full because guess what? Those who are consistently full never experience a replenishment of their energy. Could you imagine if your cup was constantly full of milk and you wanted to drink some wine? And heaven forbid you toss the milk out. Heaven forbid you rinse out your cup. You empty that cup and pour something else in there, something more enjoyable, something more appropriate for your developed, refined palate. Heaven forbid. Heaven, the same thing applies for energy. Your soul will allow for circumstance that completely empties you, makes you feel as though you no longer know who you are. So you can have the opportunity to be refilled with higher levels of frequency and get a better idea of who you actually are after you've shed as much as you can in regards to the identity you know yourself to be, which whoever you know yourself to be is really not you. It's a compilation of other people's expectations of you. It is. Sorry. So, how many of y'all are sick and tired of this twin flame topic that keeps popping up in all my damn readings? Anyone? Anyone? Are you guys sick of it yet? Anyone at all? Let's see. Okay. I just had to release my salt a little bit. So card number 13, power of attraction. Bring to you the very things you need for your growth. Let's remove the assumption that this has anything to do with twin flames. Not because I'm trying to avoid or ignore. We just kind of already have that message like drilled, jackhammered into our consciousness. We're done with that. Okay. So you can take that as part of your message or not, whatever. I would like to point out that within you is both the masculine and the feminine, and this energy, maybe that's the both of you that will gain clarity, your masculine and your feminine aspects. This is a need to recognize you have the internal structure to withstand any type of weather, spiritual weather. Okay. And you also have the ability to flow, to just flow, to return to places within yourself that need the replenishment, that need the attention, need the acknowledgement, need something. Okay. You have everything you need within you. And everyone outside of you is simply helping you to find the pieces that you think you've lost, that you might not have been aware existed, but all of this is already within you. Attract to you the experiences and connections you need to better reach higher levels of potentiality. Okay. Card number 27, self worth. Mm. So the hair appears to be varying shades of blue, blue representing throat energy. Oftentimes, if you see me wearing dark eye makeup, that's because there's some sort of energetic challenge that I'm told I'm going to be presented with that day. Some sort of invitation to, I don't know what kind of conflict. It's war paint. Be ready to go to war. You're going to have to speak up for yourself very soon. And whatever it is you feel the need to say, it's going to create a tsunami of change within your life, within your connections. Be ready for that. I don't necessarily think you're going to be able to avoid this. Um, Granted, this is a general reading and not directed at any specific individual. Shit's about to pop off. Shit is about to seriously pop off. Card number 27, resilience. Burn away the past. Whatever dome you've placed on top of your dome to block you from being able to process, access things of the past, things that you've been too sensitive, too fragile to address, that dome is being removed. Okay? You're going to need to be processing something very, very intense. I don't know what it is, though. I don't know what it is. Sometimes I love you. All right. Card number 50. 50? Is that 50? 50. I don't know. Possible. Here we go. Card number 50, Saturn return age. They always say time changes things, but you actually have to change them yourself. Saturn is the lord of karma. Illusions are about to be shattered. Whatever excuse you've told yourself to this point, you're not going to be able to use that excuse anymore. It's just like a very, very strong sense that it's going to just be placed right in front of you, like, burp, burp. My ears look big because they are. My ears are big. Whatever. Better to hear your shit talking with. Anyways, you're you're gonna be faced with some shit. You can't run away from this. You can't. You're gonna come to some sort of realization. I don't know if it's an individual that's gonna come to you and like almost like confront you. Ooh, y'all are making me itch. God, flaring up my eczema. Fucking stress. Stress from the reading, not from my life. 72% at 327. I'm getting that something is going to shift within your consciousness. I don't know if it's because someone suddenly comes forward and has some sort of conversation with you, or it's completion. 72% at 327. 72327. 7 2 plus 3 is 5 plus 2 is 7 7 7 7 7. This is completion. Saturn returns are all about correction. Saturn corrects any area which isn't based on reality. This card is pointing something out to you that may not have been genuine in the first place and that should probably be let go of. It's something that you've chosen to take in as your truth from the past. Because look at the card behind that. You're clinging on to something that's rotted. Ooh. Distorted reality, distorted connections. It's a distortion. Oh, sorry. The distortion caused you to go very, very deep within yourself, and that was necessary for you to enter a very, very deep state of contemplation. And for Pisceans, in order to enter a deep enough state of contemplation, you have to have hurt so bad, because we are the kings and queens of avoidance. Is that true? I don't know if that's fact. It's fact now. We are the kings and queens of avoidance. And in order for us to reach those very deep states of contemplation, that pain it has to have felt like it destroyed you. Ooh. You're being asked to surrender to it, to release, surrender, and realize. Oh, shit. This is some shit, you guys. I'm scared. Kind of, but not really. My avoidance game is strong. So it's realization. You are the lock and the key. You've locked yourself away from higher levels of consciousness because you had to first explore your depths. In order for you to be catapulted to higher levels of consciousness, you have to be anchored very, very deeply into your reality. So, growth is not just rising, growth is rising as well as diving deeper. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Exhausted is beautiful, Anna. Exhausted is a place of absolute power. Ask me why. Ask me why. Why is exhausted powerful? Because when you are as strong as you are and able to avoid as good as you avoid, you have to have that fight completely removed. You have to be too tired to fight your own process, to fight your own growth. That's why. When I'm exhausted, I know the lesson is done because my fighting against my own process is done. So I see myself kind of like an arrow. As I continue to be pulled backwards and more energy is loaded in that backwards movement, and I experience more struggle, more resistance, I start to panic and I start to claw at things, trying to hold on to things, trying to gain some sort of footing to stop that backwards movement. And after a while, you're just exhausted. You're just so here. I'm just like, fuck it. Pull me back. I don't give a shit. Just yank me. I don't care. Yank me, toss me. I really don't care. I'm too tired for this shit. And what happens? I stop fighting myself. And within hours or even a day, wow, everything kind of just clicks back into place. And it's like, oh my God, I'm so silly. Why was I fighting the whole time? I get it now. I get it now. And that's the whole point for you to get it, for you to understand. And for some of us, we're able to fight just a little bit harder, just a little bit longer. Do you need to fight? Not really. But just know when you fight, that serves you still. All that exhaustion means you have totally depleted yourself. You have emptied yourself so much. And now you have that much more space to be filled with extremely high frequency. 69% at 333. What? 69333. What? hmm And that's what happens when you allow yourself. And this is not about you're just, I'm tired from the day. So this is my growth. No, I'm talking about the type of exhaustion that Anna is discussing, where it's like, God, nothing in my life can go right. Everything just, I'm just so tired. I try so hard and I've been trying for so hard for so long. I don't understand why life is so hard. That kind of exhaustion. Woo, that leads you to some very sacred space of growth. The more you are depleted in that manner, the more space is created for even higher levels of consciousness to occupy within you. And I'm not saying fight things because of what I'm saying. I'm saying if that's your natural process, woo, how powerful are you? Very powerful. Let me answer that for you. Very powerful. I'm told that I wasn't done reading this card. So, card number 50, Saturn, return, age. Saturn is the lord of karma, shattering all illusions. When this card is drawn, it will feel as if nothing goes right for you, and you may feel very discouraged. Excuse me. Just as it seems things are progressing, there are obstacles. What this truly is Saturn showing you a part of your life that may not have been based upon anything real. It may have outlived its purpose, or perhaps you've misjudged a situation thinking it better than it was. Ooh, I'm being told for many of you, many of us. I said many of you, and Michael goes, You? Don't you mean us? Yes, you too, Michael. Okay, all of us. Many of us have been holding on to a very heavy emotional baggage that really isn't ours. It isn't ours. For some, it might be this emotional baggage that has kept someone from connecting with you. And you've been holding on to it because it's a way for you to feel protected from that connection with another individual. Because, okay, I'm about to speak some truth here. Pisces is very good at working our way into someone else's field. Okay. I'm not talking about like parasitic shit. I'm talking about how Pisceans are extremely, unless they're unbalanced, of course, Pisceans are extremely well versed in gaining someone's trust. Okay. And sometimes, well, okay, so we're well versed in gaining someone's trust. And because they trust us, we're very good at helping them solve their problems. That's when we make people our projects. Now, for some of us, there might be an individual or a couple individuals who we couldn't do that. And it made us feel very disempowered. It made us feel kind of like powerless and hopeless with them. And that, that individual is probably the individual that carries within them the highest potentiality for your growth, to unlock doors of learning. You can't control everything, Pisces. You can't allow your intuition to guide everything. And therefore, you have some sort of security blanket. You know, y- y'all know what I'm talking about, Pisces, where you can get a really good feel for something. So it's like it's not really uncomfortable. It's not really that much of a leap of faith because we already kind of have a feeling. But then you will come across an individual. For some of you, you've already come across this individual. They're connected to you from a previous life connection. Um, you can't control their reaction. That shit's scary. Most people, I know if I can trigger you to like me or trigger you to hate me, whatever it is I pick, whichever one. But in all seriousness, most people, I can get a good feel of like, oh, we could be cool. Oh, you're probably going to hate me. I'm just going to avoid you. But there will be at least one person. For some of you, I think it's more than one person who is some sort of karmic connection, and you, you can't control jack shit. You kind of just like, oh my god, you can't control them. I don't know why. That's a nervous laugh. I don't find it funny. It's a nervous laugh. What? I can't control that? Yeah, girl. I think that's who's coming back for y'all. Mm, okay. Card number 40. Oh, sunny day. Oh, sunny day. Oh, sunny day. Oh, sunny day. Oh, God. There's ladybugs. When Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, when Jesus washed, wash your sins away. There we go. So, ladybug, if it alights on you, make a wish and your wish will be granted. Structure a time each day where you can pray or meditate in silence and solitude. Something you thought was lost and gone will be making its way back into your life. Something's coming back. Oh, Mother Mary is with you to guide you and console you. No matter what your religious or spiritual orientation is, you're shielded and protected from irritations, pestering thoughts, and annoying behaviors from others. But we're still bringing that back to you. Oh my God. Yes. Lacey, yes. Don't stop at the gas station. Hmm. When Jesus washed the gas station away. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. I'm not stopping at no gas station. Fuck that. I'm paying at the pump, bitch. No, let me stop. So there you are sitting atop the decay. Okay. You are sitting on top of your decaying situation, life, relationship, whatever it is. You are sitting there on top of it. There is richness in that decay. You have to allow yourself to receive whatever it is from that part of you that's kind of just falling apart. It might be the part of you that's resisting the process. It might be the part of you that's believed in some distorted things from the past. It's just something got to go. Something got to go. Lacey is right. No stopping at gas stations. I always stay in the car anyways, so big whoop. Here we go. I have a few other cards. Um, Wait, what? I am no better than dirt. Girl, you're made of dirt. We all are. Or so they say. I don't know. I think I'm made of fairy dust. Let's see what other cards get tossed out. All right, let's see. We have a few more cards left to pull. Allow yourself to fall apart. Don't fight your process. Now, when I say allow yourself to fall apart, I'm sorry. I'm not talking about allow yourself to experience a mental breakdown. I'm talking about allow the parts of you that are resisting your process to fall apart. Whew. Someone's world is just upside down. Okay. He taught me how. Nine of Pentacles, peace of mind and contentment. And there you go. There you go. Allow yourself to experience a period of peace of mind and contentment. Now, your desire or attempt to reach even higher levels, of whatever it is you're trying to reach, it might be the very thing that's causing you to feel very disappointed, very unfulfilled with your life. It's when your want is not in alignment with your need that you are going to experience the greatest level of suffering. Okay. Six of Swords, boat over water travel, turning boat out of troubled waters into calmer ones. So I'm wondering if you're getting to a point where you were tossed into the deep end, and as you struggled to swim, you instead gave up and are now floating, allowing yourself to float through life. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is give up the need to control the outcome and just flow. Yeah, just flow. Okay. Whew. Okay. Sorry for all my sounds. I can't help it today. Six of Wands in reverse, indefinite delay, fear, apprehension, disloyalty, superficial benefit. Ooh, these hoes ain't loyal. These it's a song. I'm not calling you guys hoes. I mean, even if you choose to be, that's up to you. That's none of my business. So I'm wondering if this is a lack of loyalty to self. Is that what it is? Lack of loyalty to self, where you have given your loyalty to everyone else but yourself. 74% at 344. 743 plus 4 is 74. 7474, which comes out to 1111. You're being guided right now. Really open your ears up. You're being guided right now. You have to be loyal to yourself first. Who gives a fucking shit about people who tell you loyalty to yourself is selfish, that you're being so self centered? And oh, you can see the salt in my face. Fuck those people. Those are the very people who constantly take advantage of you. Cut them with some paper, that hurts the most. Just saying. Just saying. I usually have a hard time making myself a priority, except when someone tells me I'm selfish for taking care of myself. In that case, bitch, it's all about me. It's the Emmy fucking show at this point. Seriously. Make it the you show. The moment someone tries to guilt you for finally taking care of your own needs first, it's your show now. Fuck that shit. There's no more supporting. It's your show. Just yours. That's it. No one else's. And that might be a little harsh. That might be a little harsh, but Pisceans have a tendency to be very harsh in their lack of self love, very harsh and very severe in their loyalty to other people. Yeah, you have to meet that harshness with a level of harshness that balances it. Okay. So now that I've calmed myself down, Two of Pentacles in reverse, literary ability. That always makes me laugh. Agility in handling matters, simulated enjoyment, and okay, letter message Pisces. And whoever else is watching this that really is resonating with this, regardless of the Pisces thing, stop forcing yourself to believe that you are happy or satisfied in whatever it is that's making you feel unhappy and dissatisfied. That does not serve you. Going out of your way to shut yourself up to avoid conflict with someone else creates a war within yourself. I'm sorry. I know how I war. I know how I war. Me against me, that's going to be a really fucked up war. At least me telling the truth to someone else, it might start shit, but 77% at 347. 7777. Mhm. As long as I'm telling the truth, I would rather have conflict with someone else at this point in my life than have conflict with myself. I have been at war with myself my whole life. That war is fucking done. I don't give a shit who I have to have conflict with. I will not raise my sword to myself anymore. And there is nothing wrong with that. There is nothing selfish about it. There is nothing horrible about it. That's it. That is it. Stop raising your sword to your own throat, because I guarantee the person you are trying to save their feelings, they would not hesitate to not just raise their sword to your throat, but slit your fucking throat for no reason. For no reason. How many people do you know that are like that? Where you would save their feelings. You would go out of your way to make sure their feelings don't get hurt, they don't get inconvenienced. But fuck you. Your car breaks down, they won't come help you. Oh, can't you call someone else? Don't you have AAA? But anything they need, right? How many people do you know that are like that? Varying degrees. Varying degrees of that type of behavior. No more. No more. The people who are willing to do that for me, hell yes, I'm more than willing to do that for you. That's already a natural part of who I am. The people who, no, I'm saving my energy for the people who deserve that type of loyalty. It's not that I don't want anyone to ever be able to count on me. I don't want to love on people. No, I absolutely do. That's who I am. That's an intrinsic part of who I am. If that is an intrinsic part of who you are, if you are a lover, if you are a giver, if you are someone who is so patient, so loyal, keep being that for a select few, not for just anybody. Just because they make you laugh, just because they entertain you, that's not enough. It has to be reciprocated. You have to be able to love me at the same depth that I love you. Or no, I'm only going to go as deep as you go. No more of that. No more of that. We have to stop that, Pisces. We have to stop it. It's not that we have to stop loving. It's not that we have to stop being such a source of stability. We have to stop doing that for people who don't appreciate it, who don't value it, who have no problem continuing to take advantage of it. So, 10 of Swords in reverse, benefit to profit, improvement, passing success, temporary favor, momentary advantage. This is talking about the very thing that I was just talking about. These people who will tell you whatever you need to hear. Yeah, do you all know how many people on a regular basis, I love you, Emmie, I love you, Emmie. But the moment I can no longer or will no longer give you what you want, that fucking bitch. Fuck yeah. Mm-hmm. Say again. Because it's true. I ain't gonna give you. No more of that. I'm finally done with being embarrassed and ashamed and feeling guilty about the fact that I'm done with people doing that kind of shit to me. No, it doesn't matter how people see me. If I'm done being that way, where I overgive and allow people to walk all over me, then I'm done. Because guess what, you guys? Those same people, even when you're doing things for them, it's not enough. They're not going to be thankful. They're not going to remember it for next time if you need help. They're going to always be the entitled, selfish motherfuckers that they've always been before they ever met you. You are not going to heal that. You are not going to love the shit out of that and make it neutralize. That is who they are. Be aware of the fact that that's who they are and let them be. Just let them be. You don't have to hate them because guess what? Who allowed you to participate in that? You did. You gave yourself permission. You gave them permission. So really, if you're disappointed, I'm sure your intuition, your gut told you, not this one, boo boo. Let this one go. No, don't be like that, Emmie. Mm-hmm. I do that shit too. Don't be mean. Give them a chance to prove themselves. Every single time. Every time I talk myself out of listening to my intuition and give someone a chance to prove themselves. Yeah, at this point, what I've realized, because I felt bad, I was like, don't be judgmental like that. Don't condemn them like that. Okay, how about this, Emmy? Just because you listen to your intuition doesn't mean they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're saying something bad about them. It means as much as I love you as a stranger, I'm going to have to love myself more because this is a very big lesson for me in this life. And thank you for coming across my path and giving me the opportunity to choose myself the way I'm supposed to be doing. And just leave it at that. Just leave it at that. Like, you don't have to feel bad. It's not that your intuition is telling you they're a bad person or that they're evil or any of that. You are being gifted an opportunity to choose yourself, just like your soul has been encouraging you to do for your whole life, and you haven't. So now start choosing yourself. You'll avoid a lot of the bullshit that Pisceans end up having to go through by continuing to ignore and dismiss their intuition. Ace of Cups, security, helping hand. Ooh, allow your higher self to secure your space. Allow your higher self to be the one to help you. Allow your higher self the freedom to bring the people that you need into your life to support you, to encourage you, to inspire you. Woo! Mm, mm, mm. So I used to have a problem with this. I used to have a problem with letting people in. I have no problem over giving. I have no problem being a martyr, but heaven forbid I accept help from someone else. And then I would sit there and end up feeling sad or full on crying about, I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone. Girl, quit lying to yourself. You don't let anyone in. That's what you do. That's what's going on. I wasn't letting anyone in. And the moment that I began to be like, all right, I'm not just going to blindly trust, but I will allow myself to have with people to see where that goes. Okay. The moment I begin to feel like, I'm out, no explanations, I'm just out. And what ended up happening, you guys, oh my God, I'm going to cry. It was through drama that I actually found the most amazing, amazing people. 84% at 354. So 84, 3 plus 5 is 8 and 4. 84 comes out to 12. This is the part where you need to start really taking the first steps of your journey. You're already being told all the things you need to hear in order to begin your process of self realization, realizing what you've been allowing, realizing what you haven't been allowing. Because oftentimes it's important for us to reach a point where we realize we are allowing people to abuse and take advantage of us and not allowing the people who are coming to us to just love on us and support us. We have to shift that. And sometimes your world has to be turned upside down for you to get that right side up, right? I mean, that's what I went through. My world had to be turned upside down in order for me to get that aspect of my journey right side up, where no longer am I going to allow people to abuse me. And no longer am I going to allow myself to abuse myself by withholding the love and support that genuine people, genuine friends are willing to give me. So it's a realization of you allow or don't allow the very things that you need or don't need in your life. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. Okay. Ace of Pentacles. Perfection, attainment, prosperity, felicity, bliss, gold, treasures, a combination of material and spiritual riches. There you go. It's time to start new. It's time. It's time to allow yourself to change into a different version of yourself. This is not about you becoming fake, putting on some sort of show for other people. This is not about you trying to force yourself to have some image of, I'm a bad bitch. No, I'm not a bad bitch. I'm a girl trying to figure myself out. And if you force me into a situation where I feel like I have to be a bitch, fuck yes, I will be the baddest bitch you have ever fucking met. But no, I'm not that bad bitch. That's just a part of me. That's not the totality of who I am. And maybe what this reading is about is for you to find the totality of who you are. You're not just a bad bitch. You're not just a scapegoat. You're not just this. You're not just that. You are so much more than what you limit yourself to be. Gain clarity on where you're at. Gain clarity on where you need to keep going, what direction, and do it. Just do it. So, what if you fail? Who are you answering to, anyways? Who's keeping tabs of how many times you fall down? Whoever's keeping tabs of how many times you fall down better be there to help pick you up every single time. Whoever's keeping tabs of how many times you fall down better be keeping tabs and celebrating every time you get up. Be aware of who's in your space. Be aware of who you are paying attention to, who you're giving your energy to. Man, the people who, I mean, it's one thing, I used to have people who were very vocal when I would make missteps, would fall, would fail. Very vocal, very quick to be like, oh, you should have done this, you should have done that. It's because you're blah, it's because you're blah. No, but the moment I have something to celebrate, silence. Do you need people like that? Because you're never going to have a shortage of people like that in your life. Never. You're never, ever, ever going to experience a shortage of people like that in your life. We all have at least one person at any given time who is like that. Let them be like that. Has nothing to do with you. I promise you, they do that for other people too. That's who they are. That's who they are. Let them be who they are. You be you, though. Okay. You be you. Allow yourself to grow. Allow yourself to be depleted and exhausted so you no longer have the energy to fight your process, so that you have space within your auric field to receive higher levels of new, fresh frequency. It's a beautiful thing. I mean, who wants to keep sipping on the same stale ass juice? I don't. I don't. Go ahead and empty that out, and that's done with. pour me some fresh ass juice. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. So, final card. Final card. Let's see. What is the lesson for today, you guys? What did you learn today? You should not stop at gas stations. Okay? That's the lesson for today. Do not stop. I'm joking. It's sad that I have to point out that I'm joking. Lacey knows. She's giggling. Don't worry, girl. I ain't stopping at no gas station. Fuck that. Pay at the pump. I'm wearing a mask too. I'm just saying. All right. Ooh. The call of the wild divine. Divine wildness requires openness to all of who we are, rather than just the parts that seem proper, appropriate, socially acceptable, controlled, or tamed. Then we gain access to our instincts, our bodily intuition. This is knowing without knowing how you know. Trust what you feel at that deeper level, and then you can respond to those messages with wisdom. Ooh, isn't this in full alignment with what we were just talking about? Openness to your totality. Openness to your totality. It's no longer this only parts of me. Oh, I can only show this. Oh, I can only show that. I can only. No, no, no. That's it. Just no. I'm going to be who I am. And that's enough. Even when I don't allow the totality of me to shine forward, to be witnessed by everyone, even when I attempt to dull my own shine, that's enough. That's enough. Because I am a dynamic energy. You are a dynamic energy. You're not supposed to just be on full blast, completely lit. No, sometimes you have to experience periods of depletion, periods of exhaustion, periods where you feel like you are so beyond broken. How could you ever get past this? How will you ever get patched back together? Who will you be? That's beautiful. That's beautiful. That is a place of power. Not knowing who you are is a place of power, because when you cease to know who you are, you then open yourself to the potentiality of finding out, rediscovering, reacquainting yourself with the truth of who you really are. Mm, mm. For every action, there is an equal and appropriate reaction. Okay? However low you dip, you will be shot forward or upwards with equal measure. So stop being afraid of your journey. Stop being afraid of your process. You're about to gain massive clarity. Okay? You guys, thumbs up for the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Turn on that notification bell. Join me every single time I'm live. Join me when I'm live. Okay, guys? I love y'all. Bye.